Hello ninjas, welcome to the Ninja Channel. 3 years have passed since Boruto and Sasuke left the village, and things are far from calm. Sarada, as determined as ever, once again tries to speak on Boruto's behalf with the current 8th Hokage, none other than Shikamaru. But hold on, Shikamaru has already made up his mind. He stands firm in his belief that Boruto has gone too far, even after being given numerous chances. And who steps in? So now I'm counting on your subscription if you're not subscribed, your comment telling me what you thought of the video, and sharing the video with friends to help the channel. Without further ado, let's get to the video. Konohamaru, now the Hokage's assistant, reinforces the argument with the testimony of Ada and her Senrigan. Although Shikamaru has rescinded the kill order on Boruto, what really matters is what the people think, and many still hate him for killing Naruto. He orders Sarada to return to her missions, but she, frustrated, responds disrespectfully. Whoa, is Sarada's career at risk? Shikamaru, concerned, warns her she might remain a genin forever, but Sarada, sharp as ever, asks, and what about Sasuke? Wasn't he considered a traitor? Oh, but Sarada is just getting started. She throws Naruto's history in Shikamaru's face, reminding him that Naruto brought Sasuke back and became Hokage, all while still a genin. She refuses to follow in Shikamaru's footsteps. Her example is Naruto. Meanwhile, Kawaki is paying a special visit to Naruto and Hinata, who are, guess what, imprisoned. Yes, that's right. Still fired up from her conversation, Sarada vents to Sumire, and the two start wondering what to do about the omnipotence threat. And who do they decide to visit? Ada and Damon, of course. Ada has begun to understand the technique, and she makes it clear. Convincing those affected that their memories are wrong won't be easy. Sarada tries to find an explanation, but from everyone else's perspective, it's their memories that seem altered. Things are getting complicated, folks. And Mitsuki? He's keeping his eyes on Kawaki, believing that Boruto is still trying to kill him and has developed a way to erase his chakra signature. Tension is in the air, but Kawaki, always direct, tells Mitsuki to stop following him like a creep. What a situation! Speaking of action, Himawari isn't left behind. Training with Chuchu, she reveals that her strength is not just for self-defense, but to help Boruto. She doesn't believe he would kill Naruto and senses there's more to the story. And Himawari's heart doesn't lie. She still feels her father is alive. And now the big battle. Kawaki discovers a new claw mark, and upon investigating, removes one that was on a shinobi's neck. But the real threat is yet to come. A mysterious attack begins, and the village goes into high alert. Kawaki and Sarada are on the front lines, facing off against the Tsumiyakas, when suddenly, Code appears. He's looking for Boruto, and Sarada, fearless, tells him Boruto left 3 years ago. But Code already knew. He's been following Boruto all this time, and now wants to lure him out by attacking his friends in Konoha. And who shows up to steal the scene? Boruto. He stomps on Code's face with a sharp line. It's guys like you that make girls feel uncomfortable. The most anticipated reunion is here. Boruto, Code, and Kawaki finally reunite. The action continues with Boruto, our spiky-haired hero, facing none other than Code, the claw mark villain. Boruto, calm and colder than ever before, tells Code to clean up his mess from the village, promising mercy if he complies. But of course, Code, full of arrogance, recalls a clash from 2 years ago, thinking himself the victor. However, Boruto remains unfazed. He insists, do as I say or be ready for the consequences. The tension is rising, folks. Meanwhile, in another part of the village, Shikadai, Chuchu, Inojin, and Himawari find themselves in a desperate battle against Code's beasts. Chuchu is nearly hit, but Inojin lifts her into the air. Still, the creatures persist, and that's when our hero Kawaki steps in, ready for action. With a precise strike, he attacks. But surprise, the creature has a Rinnegan in its left eye and counters when he least expects it. Kawaki is thrown to the ground but quickly destroys the beast with a devastating explosive attack. Boom! And more monsters are approaching. Things are heating up. Back to Boruto. He clears out the creatures with nothing but his sword. A storm of strikes and they fall one by one. But Code, confident, says he has more creatures to throw into the battlefield. Boruto is unstoppable, and look at Sarada joining the fight. With her fire style and a powerful Chidori, she destroys the creatures, but is attacked by some filth that turns a ninja into a tree. That's right, folks. The creatures are devouring shinobi and turning them into trees. And what does Code have to say? He talks about the Ten Tails and the dark fate awaiting if the plan continues. Boruto warns, if you follow this path, you'll only find a terrible end. And with that, he unleashes his Rasengan, Uzuhiko. But Code, being the clever villain he is, tries a surprise move, summoning claw marks everywhere. However, Boruto dodges with precision and counterattacks with his Rasengan. Uzuhiko, Code defends with his technology and even attempts a taijutsu attack, but Boruto is always one step ahead. He surprises Code with a new strike, forcing him to retreat. And meanwhile, Ada and Daimon, watching from afar, try to understand Boruto's new jutsu. They come to a conclusion. Boruto is manipulating the Earth's rotation. That's right, folks. We're dealing with cosmic-level power here. Boruto praises Code's resilience, but the villain starts feeling the weight of Uzuhiko. The fight intensifies when Kawaki joins in with his technology. And who shows up? Himawari, Shikadai, Inojin, and Chuchu. The chaos is complete. Seeing things spiral out of control, Code tries to escape, but Kawaki stops him with his Kurogen. The villain, desperate, summons another claw filth, but Kawaki is ready to intercept, giving Code just enough time to flee. Elsewhere in the village, Sarada notices that the ninja Suegi, trapped in the tree, is still alive. But the battle is far from over. Boruto and Kawaki argue, and suddenly, a small spy toad reveals crucial information. They've infiltrated a spy into Code's hideout. That's right, folks. They're ready to uncover the secret of the Ten Tails. Tension is in the air. Danger is imminent. And the epic battles are just beginning. Stay tuned, because Konohagakure will never be the same again. In the space-time where Ishiki's fearsome Ten Tails is imprisoned, the stage for the battle is set ablaze. Boruto makes a grand entrance with his flying Raijin technique. Getting straight to the point, he demands to know the location of Code's Ten Tails. And before Code can even respond, boom! There's Bug on a platform. But Boruto quickly corrects him. Bug is now nothing less than a divine tree. But wait, what happens next is a brutal onslaught, a strike strong enough to hurl Boruto against a wall, which shatters from the impact. The fight heats up, but Boruto isn't intimidated. He recovers and counterattacks. Bug tries to restrain him with his modified arm, but Boruto is quick teleporting and appearing next to Code, who now demands answers. But the effect of the Rasengan, Uzuhiko kicks in, and Code falls to the ground. Boruto, with cold resolve, warns, cooperate or die to the new enemy. The tension only rises. And if that wasn't enough, another divine tree emerges. And this isn't just any tree. It reveals that it has awakened self-awareness, thanks to Code. And now, two new enemies appear on the scene. One of them? Well, he wastes no time insulting Code, calling him a clown used by everyone. Meanwhile, Boruto's loyal Toad advises him to flee, but our hero doesn't listen. Meanwhile, back in Konoha, Shikamaru and Kawaki debate Boruto's mysterious disappearance. Sarada arrives at the Hokage's office, and the discussion heats up. Kawaki says Boruto is an Utsutsuki and therefore must be eliminated. Sarada doesn't hold back and retorts, "And you, Kawaki, aren't you also an Utsutsuki?" Shikamaru, always strategic, interrupts the rising tension. But the bottom line of the conversation is clear. Code is a threat to the village and must be eliminated, even if it means teaming up with Boruto. Now, in another space-time, the battle rages on. Boruto faces off against the divine trees, dodging their attacks and retaliating with powerful techniques like the Rasengan. The exchange of blows is intense, but Code, ever cunning, escapes once again with his claw mark. The Toad, relentless, advises Boruto to flee, and finally, he escapes using his space-time ninjutsu. And now, in an unknown location, Boruto meets Koji Kashin, who harshly questions him about his actions. Boruto explains everything and reveals his plans to finish off Code for good. Koji, impressed by Boruto's resolve, says it's time for a new era to begin, a new blue Vortex.